video. Here, you're going to learn how to get the most out of your practice because we're going to run this video like a condensed version of how a 2-hour practice should be run. Of course, if your practice is longer or shorter, you can modify it accordingly. Other skills you will learn how to develop will be synchronizing and choreographing your own material. We will also show you how to incorporate stunts, jumps, dance, and creative transitions into your routines. I'm Maria Cook, General Manager and Choreographer for the All-American Girls, former captain of ESPN National Championship Squad, Memphis State University. I have also taught cheerleading and dance to many high school and college squads across the country. Everyone on the All-American Girls squad is highly trained and very well educated in cheerleading, dance, and gymnastics. So let me introduce a few of our instructors that we have today. First, we have Lisa Bear, former gymnast with the NCAA championship team, the University of Utah, and former member of the nationally ranked Utah Cheer Squad. Laura Dietrich, former coach of Mater Dei and ESPN national champion, former Long Beach State cheerleader and LA Rams stunt squad. Chris Shaver, Laker girl and 4-time ESPN national champion with the MSU Pom Pom squad. Lakita Garth, former USC song girl and professional dancer. One of the most important parts of a practice is the warm-up. 90 times out of 100, this section is usually replaced with everyone sitting around talking about their boyfriends or shopping. So we have created the motion aerobic warm-up that everyone should do together. This should consist of at least 10 minutes of your practice time, and Lisa will lead us through ours today.
Hi, the warm-up is the first physical activity that should be done before each and every practice. The warm-up increases strength, flexibility, endurance, warming the muscles to help prevent injury. We're going to show you the All-American Girls Motion Aerobic warm-up. We've included motions to our warm-up so that we can work on our sharpness and technique every practice. This is a condensed version of our warm-up, so be sure to do at least 8 to 16 counts of each exercise. Feel free to rewind and use our warm-up and incorporate your own exercises and motions into your practice. Okay, let's get our practice started. Ready, and head, 2, 3, 4, and circle, 2, 3, 4, and ribs, 2, 3, circle and over, 2, 3, 4, hips, 1, 2, 3, 4, and circle, 2, 3, 4, and stretch, 2, 3, 4, punch front, 2, 3, 4, and center, 2, 3, side, 1, 2, 3, 4, and center, 2, 3, other side, 1, squeeze that bum, 3, 4, and exhale up, contract down, and contract, push, contract, push, double time, 2, 3, 4, reach down, grab the ankles, pull down tight, make it hurt, good, lunge to the right side, make sure to keep your knee over your ankle, press it down, 2, 3, 4, up and flex, 2, 3, 4, back to center, 2, 3, 4, other side, 2, 3, 4, up and flex, push it, 2, 3, 4, slide down to center. Okay, reach over to the right side, pull, back to center, as far out as you can, other side. Now we're going to sweep it all the way across, pull up, arch back, 2, 3, 4, and center, and arch. Good, slide into your splits, go as far down as you can, hold it. Remember, try and hold it at least 8 to 16 counts. Center.
all practices should begin with the warm-up. More injuries occur because someone has not stretched and warmed their muscles properly. The next 5 minutes of your practice should include jumps and kicks, and Lakita will show you how to improve on yours.
Thanks, Maria. Now we're going to show you some of the most dynamic aspects of cheerleading, jumps and kicks. Always remember that proper stretching is the fundamental part of all jumps and kicks, because the more limber you are, the better your jumps and kicks will be. Now, with respect to jumps, there are 3 important keys to great jumps. The first is to spot up with your head and your shoulders. The second is to lift with your arms as well as your legs. And the third is to point your toes. Okay, the first jump we're going to show you is the side hurdler, and you can use any prep you choose. Using the whip approach, this is a side hurdler. With this jump, what you want to achieve is a hurdle stretch position in the air. Notice that the bent knee is pointing forward and arms are hitting a strong T position. Now, Chris is going to demonstrate the second jump, and it's called the toe touch. She's going to use the whip approach. Thank you, Chris. Notice that Chris used spot, lift, and point, the 3 keys to great jumps. But she also let her feet pass her hands instead of actually touching her toes. This gives the jump more height and allows the legs to hyperextend. Now, the third and the last jump that we're going to show you is the front hurdler. And with this jump, I've chosen to use a longer prep. This is what the jump should be. This jump should be done either diagonally or to the side with the kicking leg facing the crowd. Unlike the side hurdler, the bent knee faces down while the front leg whips into a front kick position. Remember to always have a clean landing, because it's just as important for you to land with your legs together and knees slightly bent as it is for your legs to hit their maximum peak. Moving on to the second kick, to the 2 kicks we're going to show you, I'd like to point out that there are also 3 important keys to great kicks. The first is a good prep. The second is that you keep your back straight. And the third is pointed toes. Remember that the fundamental basis for jumps as well as kicks is proper stretching. Now, the front kick is the first kick that Shanna is going to show you. Shanna? Thank you, Shanna. Her kick was great because her strong prep allowed her greater spring and height, which is the first key to great kicks. One more time, Shanna, from the side. Thank you. Also notice that her back was straight and her toes were above all else pointed. Now, the hitch kick is the next kick, which is excellent to incorporate into cheers as well as dance routines. Not only did Shanna use all 3 keys, but her arms remained strong and tight throughout the entire kick. The only thing which separates the hitch kick from the front kick is the prep. And you do this by stepping onto your kicking leg while bringing your other leg into a tuck position and spring into your kick. Kicks and jumps can be one of the most dynamic aspects of cheerleading. The more practice and use of the 3 keys to jumps and kicks, the more exciting your cheers, routines, and crowd involvement will be. Right, guys? All right. Woo!
Remember, to improve on jumps and kicks, they should be done every day. A cheerleader's job first is to support the team. A cheer was designed to get the crowd involved and to help get that touchdown or make that basket. Next, we have Laura to teach us a quick sideline. This section of your practice should be at least 20 minutes in length.
Thanks, Maria. All right, everybody. Are you ready to wake up your neighbors? Well, you will with the sideline cheer you're about to learn. But first, let me give you a few pointers on how to yell. When you're trying to get a crowd involved in your cheer, you have to make sure they understand and hear what you want them to yell along with you. So, it's very important that everyone on the squad knows how to yell. Everybody try this with me. Put your hands on your stomach and repeat after me. Go! Go! Fight! Fight! All right! All right! Do you feel your stomach contracting? If it is, you're using your diaphragm to yell. If it's not, you may be screaming from your throat, and that can be detrimental to your valuable yelling voice. Let's try again. Go! Go! Fight! Fight! Laura's the best! Laura's the best! Gotcha! Gotcha! Hey! Hey! Stop it! Stop it! Anyway, remember, yelling from the diaphragm will save your valuable voice and make the words to your cheer understandable and easily heard by your crowd. Let's go ahead and learn the words and motions to the sideline cheer, and don't forget the rewind button on your VCR. The words go like this. Fight! Fight! Defense! Hold tight, you try it! Fight! Fight! Defense! Hold tight, last time! Fight! Fight! Defense! Hold tight! Good job. Okay, since this is a sideline cheer, your head cheerleader will start it, and when you hear it, you catch on and clap it through the first time, like this. You're cheering to the crowd in the back, and the head cheerleader starts it. Fight! Fight! Defense! Hold tight, then you clasp. Make sure when your squad turns to face the crowd, everyone turns the same way. It looks good that way. Okay, after the clasp, get your first motion out on fight, and right away bring it back in and clap, not clasp, twice. So it goes like this. 5, 6, 7, clasp, 8, hit, fight, clap twice. Then, after that motion, you're going to punch it out to a side lunge on the second fight. And on the next pause, you're going to bring it back into the inverted T position. And so it goes like this. From the beginning, it goes 5, 6, 7, clasp, 8, hit, fight, clap twice, fight, pull. Okay, let's try that again from the beginning. Here we go, and 5, 6, 7, clasp, 8, hit, fight, clap twice, fight, then pull. Then from here, lunge forward with your right foot and hit a T on defense. Then, on the pause, clasp it down with your knees slightly bent, and to finish it off, pull your right arm up as you straighten up on hold tight. So, from the inverted T position, you step forward to a T, clasp it down, then straighten up. With the words, it's, from the inverted T, it's defense, clasp, hold, tight. Let's put it all together slowly. Here we go, and 5, 6, 7, clasp, 8, hit, fight. Clap twice, fight, then pull. Hit, defense, clasp, hold, tight. Now, to start again, pull straight down to a clasp, slightly bent so you can pop right back out for the fight. Okay? Okay, we're turning around to the back, yelling to the crowd, and your head cheerleader starts it. Fight! Fight! Defense! Hold tight and clasp. Fight! Fight! Pull! Defense! Hold tight. 2 more now. Fight! Fight! Defense! Hold tight. Last time, let's hear it. Fight! Defense! Hold tight! And hold your ending. Notice the crowd control with the cue last time, the crowd encouragement, such as let's hear it, and the voice inflection at the end to finish it strong. Also, remember to hold the ending. Go through it a couple of times with the tape on pause, I'm tired, to make sure you really know it before going on. Okay, you've learned someone else's material, but what happens when you want to clean up your own routine or clean up material given to you? Well, this section will help you out with that. First, let's talk motions. When putting motions to a cheer or cleaning it up, it's important to remember this equation. Precise positioning plus sharpness plus rhythm times lots and lots of practice equals synchronization. And not to mention a hot-looking squad. If you don't like math, let me explain further. All arm angles and leg and body positions should be precise. Don't settle for anything less. If an arm is supposed to be bent, make sure you define exactly how bent it should be. Notice, Maria's at a 90-degree angle. Everyone else should be at a 90-degree angle also. Lisa should be that way, and you should be that way. Doesn't that look much better? They all look synchronized, okay? If it's supposed to be straight, boom, it's straight. Not one bent, one straight, okay? Same thing with the body and leg position. Okay, they're gonna get into a lunge. You wanna make sure that if everyone's supposed to be turning forward, they're forward.
okay? If your knee's supposed to be turned out, it should be out, okay? Everyone should be going the same direction also. There. See the difference when the body position is exact? Okay, precise positioning must be practiced every day until it becomes automatic. So take the time to break up each part of the routine. I suggest standing in front of a mirror to practice, or better yet, if the squad has access to a mirror dance room, use it. When you start cheering, coaches are usually going to say, be sharp. Well, what's that? Sharpness comes from quickness. The quicker your arms and legs move from one position to another, the more clean and visual the routine will be. This doesn't mean the arms should move at 100 miles an hour nonstop. It means each motion is an explosion that keeps to a certain beat, fast or slow. This brings us to the third part, rhythm. Music is usually counted in sets of 8, and so can words to a cheer, like this. Fight, fight, defense, hold tight, boom. After you've given each word and pause a beat or a count, you can add a movement to each beat. You don't necessarily have to hit each beat or stay with single counts. You can hold a count or add a movement on what we call a half count. Let me explain. Notice, when I assign the words a numbered beat, one beat didn't have a number. Well, that's because it's a half count, the beat between two counts. We call it and, so it's fight, boom, boom, fight, hit, defense, pause, hold tight, pause. When it comes to rhythm, let the creative juices flow, but make sure you stay with the beat. So, precise positioning plus sharpness plus staying with rhythm practiced every day will result in perfect synchronization and a routine that both you and the crowd can enjoy. Just as a reminder, be creative. I can't stress that enough, but after those creative juices flow, don't forget to apply that equation.
We're working towards teaching all of you how to choreograph, as well as giving you new, great material to use at games or for your tryouts. The next section of your practice should be devoted to developing your climbing technique. I cannot stress enough the importance of safety when you're stunning. You should always, when you're beginning, use a mat. You should always have a spotter, and in some cases two, and you should always have a coach or a sponsor at your practice while doing these. Devote at least 20 minutes to this portion of your practice.
Okay, we're going to teach you 3 basic stunts today that should be learned and perfected before you move on. These are the foundations for all the more difficult stunts and pyramids. Key notes, remember, step, lock out. Keep your body tight at all times. And for a prep, it's a 1, 2, down, up. Next is safety. The first point is communication. Always communicate with your partners. If you feel unsure or shaky about a stunt, make sure you don't attempt it until you're ready. Number 2, always be aware. Your mind should only be on the stunt. The third one is a downward. It's the simplest and most efficient way to communicate with your partners. Top person, if you feel like you just can't stay up there any longer, just say down. Base and spot, immediately prepare for the dismount. Also, base, if you're feeling shaky and you just can't hold that stunt any longer, stay down. Top person and spot, get down as quickly as possible. However, base, you must gut it up until the top person is safely on the ground. She should never hit the ground. Base, you and spot, you are responsible for that top person at all times. Okay, we're going to show you the L stand, and Kathy is going to teach it for us.
To begin the L stand, Laura, who is the base, will start in a nice lunge position with her shoulders and hips facing forward. Also notice that her knee is directly above her ankle. Now that Laura is tight, she is ready to go. From here, Tony, who is the climber, begins by placing her hands on Laura's shoulders and her foot as high as possible into the pocket. On the counts 1, 2, down, up, Tony will push straight down on the shoulders, step up, and immediately lock out her leg. Pay close attention that as Tony is stepping up, Laura supports her leg firmly above the knee. Ready? 1, 2, down, up. Once Tony is sturdy and balanced, she then lifts her leg straight above Laura's head. Laura then looks for her leg, grabs and holds it, making sure that her arms are tight and locked out. In order to dismount, Laura begins by guiding the leg forward and down. Tony then hits a goalpost position with her arms, steps off forward while Laura spots around the waist. And there you have it, the L stand.
All right, now we're going to show you the spot. The spot holds around the waist, lift if necessary. 1, 2, down, up. Keep hands on at all time. For the dismount, you're going to walk to the side and assist with the landing.
Hi, my name's Tony, and I'll be taking you through the shoulder sit, step by step. To begin the shoulder sit, we'll have Kathy, the base, step into a tight lunge position. Notice that Kathy's back leg is straight and locked out, her front knee is directly over her ankle, and her shoulders and hips are facing forward. Maria, the climber, will then place her hands on Kathy's shoulders, her foot high into the pocket, and on the count of 1, 2, down, up, we'll push straight down on Kathy's shoulders and immediately step and lock out. Ready? 1, 2, down, up. Once balanced, Maria will then take her other leg and place it over Kathy's shoulder to end up in a straight sitting position. Kathy then steps in with her feet shoulder width apart, pulling down firmly on the top of Maria's knees. Notice how Maria's feet are locked in the small of Kathy's back. And there you have it, a shoulder sit that is balanced and tight. In order to dismount, Maria will extend one leg at a time, grabbing as if she was shaking hands with Kathy. Kathy then bends with her legs, pushes and extends her arms straight into the air. At the same time that Kathy is doing her part, Maria will place her weight on top of her locked arms, ride the pop, and land. Ready? 1, 2, down, up. Good job, Maria and Kathy. And there you have it, the shoulder sit.
Okay, once again, the spot. The spotter holds onto the waist firmly. 1, 2, down, up. Everything okay up there? Okay, and for the dismount, again, just holding at the waist. 1, 2, down, up. Assist with the landing.
Next, we will show you a double base stunt called the elevator. First, the bases face in towards each other, legs slightly further than shoulder width apart. They then bend at the knees, keeping their body in a straight line and their seats tucked under. They then take their hands, put them together like a book, and then open them. The top person then grabs base's shoulders. She spots their hands, takes a prep, and as she will ride up, she keeps her stomach in tight and locks out her knees. Bases dip with the top person as she lands into their hands and rotate their hands to cup the ball and the heel of the top person's foot, at the same time bringing the foot straight close to their body and resting it on their chest. On the count of 1, 2, down, up, they will perform their stunt. Ready? 1, 2, down, up. Good. Okay, to dismount this stunt, the bases re-grab hands with the top person. She then swings off the front, and then the bases grab underneath, supporting the arm. Good, that is the elevator. Now Lisa will explain the spot.
Okay, spotter, again, you grab at the waist. For this stunt, you might need a little muscle throwing Tony up on a 1, 2, down, up. Ride up with her. Hold at the back of the legs. Do not let go of the back of the legs at any time. For the dismount, wait until they have re-grasped hands. Walk around the front, still holding the back of the leg. Grab as high up on the arm and catch underneath the pit for the landing.
These stunts may seem easy, but it is extremely important to know the basics thoroughly to progress into the more difficult stunts. Also, knowing the techniques and building a strong foundation allows you to develop your own innovative ideas and stunts. Okay, so you've gone through your warm-up, you've improved on your jumps, and you've learned a new sideline. So now let's incorporate those stunts we've just learned into our sideline.
This next section is how to climb to counts in order to incorporate stunts into cheers. It's very simple. First, give each position a count or a beat and climb accordingly. Then, if you have to put it to a cheer, stay with that beat and put it to the words. Very similar to putting motions to counts or words. But the most important thing to remember when incorporating stunts is keep it slow enough so that it's not rushed so much that the climbing loses technique, or just plain and simple looks sloppy, because these things can result in a big bobble or a fall, and we don't want that to happen. So when incorporating stunts, take your time, don't lose technique, just because you haven't allowed enough time in your music or cheer for the stunts. Make time, okay? Lakita and Kathy are going to go ahead and show you how they're going to incorporate a shoulder sit into the sideline cheer. Okay, here we go. And they're facing the back, and fight, fight, defense, hold tight. Here we go, fight, fight, defense, hold tight, climb, fight, and she locks. Defense, hold tight. Good job. Okay, notice. Go ahead and dismount, girls. And nice, good dismount. Thanks. Okay. Notice that when she climbed, she allowed herself enough time to lock up and to wrap and to be sturdy before she hit her motion.
Another important element in cheerleading is the dance and palm segment. Choreography is the basis for a good routine, but with the incorporation of sharpness and synchronization, you're on your way to a great performance. This effect can be achieved either with or without the use of palms or other visual aids. However, today, we will be doing mostly funky moves, so we